Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. My name is Lorraine Williams, and today we're going to talk through an embedded use case to help answer the age-old question of when do you build and when do you buy? For that, we will enlist the help of the guys over at Metadata.io, a predictive scoring and programmatic advertising platform which delivers a predictable pipeline of opt-in qualified leads for B2B enterprises. We'll have plenty of time at the end of the session to get to any questions you may have, and we do want this to be as interactive as possible. So please feel free to enter any questions into the QA box on your screen. Before we kick off, just a little bit about Knowi. Knowi is an augmented analytics platform that instantly connects to any data, anywhere, of any size, allowing anyone to make data-driven decisions. Traditional BI and analytics tools typically require an exhaustive ETL process that can take several weeks or even months before you gain insights into your data at all. Whether your data is structured or unstructured, Knowi is completely agnostic. And not only that, we simplify the process by providing native analytics on top of your modern data sources with no ETL, therefore accelerating time to market. The Knowi platform has our groundbreaking data as a service engine at its core. Layered on top of this are our visualizations, customizable dashboards, multi-embed options, machine learning, the enabling of natural language querying across an array of disparate data technologies, depending upon your technology stack, along with trigger notifications and alerts to assist with downstream workflow process management. So let me start by introducing our speakers today. With me are Metadata COO Maran and Senior Data Engineer Prithvi, both of whom have had extensive interaction with embedding the Knowi platform into Metadata's own product offering. So welcome, guys.
Hey, Lauren.
Hi, thanks for having us.
So firstly, Maran, let's start by finding out a little bit more about Metadata, what the company does, and also its vision.
Sure, thank you. Metadata is an automatic account-based advertising platform for predictable B2B lead generation. We basically want to help our customers engage with their target accounts. Now, target accounts can be accounts with the right firmographic. It can be accounts that were recognized with intent. So there's a lot of data sources out there like Bombora, like Mintigo, like G2 Crowd that recognize those signals. It can also be accounts using competing technologies to yours. The goal is one. The goal is to bring the right people, the right personas from those accounts that you're going after to the customer's landing page for them to opt in, to basically give consent, be a lead. Our process is built as a closed loop process. So let's assume your tech stack is Salesforce and Marketo. What we do is we pull all the information that we need from Salesforce. So opportunities, contacts, and accounts. And even if your data is not perfect, metadata will enrich it. So let's say you have an email address, but you don't have the job title or the job function. Or you have a company, but you don't have the company size. We're going to enrich it, and we're basically going to say, based on what you have done so far, this is who we think you should go after. This is your ideal customer profile, your ICP. And once we find that, we build based on different data sources that we use, your target custom audiences. So not only the right accounts, but exactly the right personas from those accounts. So if you're going after the IT department, you don't want to target sales. You don't want to waste your impressions and clicks from people that are not relevant. So now we have this as big as possible custom audience, and we're automatically uploading it to the channels that we're working on. So that will be Facebook, LinkedIn, and display. In addition, what we're doing is we're asking our customers to give us whatever asset they want to run, creative and text variation. So it can be an ebook or a case study or a white paper that they want to go and target their top of the funnel audience. And we start running campaigns on those channels. We call them experiments. Privy, go one slide back. Yeah. As we run those campaigns or those experiments, we have leads coming in. And those leads are opt-in leads. So those people gave consent for the company to reach out to them. And with the integrations that we have on the platform, we push those leads to Marketo in this case. It can also be HubSpot or any other marketing automation tool. And we get in return from Marketo or that marketing automation tool a score. So we know how those leads are progressing. We also have the integration to Salesforce, so we know if that lead turned into an opportunity. And we constantly check that closed loop, so lead to MQL to opportunity, to know which one of the campaigns brought in the best quality leads. So let's say we're running 100 campaigns, and campaign 1 through 3 brought in 100 leads, 80 MQL, and 1 opportunity. Versus campaign 4, 5, 6 that brought in 100 leads, but no one really progressed down the funnel. So we know which campaign we need to put more budget towards, more money towards, and that's how we optimize. And what we're basically saying on those experiments is A/B testing is dead. We don't only want to test 2 variables. We want to test those 6 variables that I mentioned. So channel, ad creative, ad text, asset, offer type, and audiences, and as many experiments as possible to very quickly optimize and decide what's working. So let's say we have 3 channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, and display that we're currently working on. We asked our customer to give us 4 different ad creatives, or this is what they have, 3 different text variation, 3 different assets. So let's say an ebook, a white paper, and a case study. And on social, you can run 2 different types of campaigns. You can run lead gen, the native forms on the channel, and you can run a landing page campaign. So those are additional 2 variables. And let's say we created 5 different audiences. So I mentioned intent, it can be technology, it can be by industry, just general firmographic. All those different variables gave us 1,080 experiments. So it's a really big number that the platform just automatically creates. And you can imagine the amount of data that we get back from the channels and push to the channels.
Oh, that's a fantastic overview. Thank you so much. So what was the problem you were trying to solve?
The main problem we were trying to solve specifically with Knowi was related to our reports and the ability to show attribution. So we want to make sure that our platform looks on the entire pipeline, right? So we need to get information from the marketing automation tool, and we need to get information from the CRM system. In that case, it was Marketo and Salesforce, and Facebook and LinkedIn and display. And we're talking about an impression level, and we have millions of impressions every day and clicks and the cost of everything. So all that information and the need to look in the entire pipeline from lead to opportunity made us kind of consider, okay, how are we going to do it? And how are we going to pull this data from different sources in almost real time? So I think that was our main challenge, and this is what we were trying to solve with Knowi.
Okay, great. So is that what prompted you to look for an analytics solution?
Yeah, so kind of just to piggyback off what Moran said, basically a lot of our clients are like very data driven. They don't want to just launch the campaigns and kind of like be hands off. They want to be able to track how all these campaigns are doing, kind of track all these metrics at any given time. So we're trying to serve, our platform's trying to serve as like a one-stop shop for our clients, so they can do everything on our platform and track everything on our platform directly. And a BI tool allows us to do that by embedding all the widgets and all the visualizations right into the platform itself. And this gives like a great overview for our clients to track it kind of at any given time.
Great. So why did you pick Knowi?
Yeah, so we have a few different reasons. So in the big data realm, tools are always changing. We're always trying to keep up with like the latest trend. So Knowi provides the option to kind of plug and play into many different data sources. It's like has a very good variety. So we can actually kind of just pick whatever integration we want, and it fits right out of the box. And second, we can actually embed the solution right into our platform. Kind of previously mentioned, there's like a white label option, so we can actually provide the URL and embed it into an iframe directly in the platform. Third, we can actually cascade a bunch of queries off of each other. So instead of like the main widget or visualization always directly hitting the data warehouse, which will take a ridiculous amount of time to query, we can actually bring a lot of that data into Knowi itself, and we can actually cache it inside the Knowi servers, which is a huge positive for us. And we can have multiple levels of caching, and then the UI can just query the most recent cache, which drastically reduces the query time and increases performance.
Oh, fantastic. So what can you do now that you couldn't do before?
Yeah, so we have a couple examples right here, which help represent what we've been doing so far. So this is actually, you're looking at the metadata platform. You can see the toolbar on the left, different options, and we're actually looking at Knowi's account. So when you click on reports, this is what you'll see. You first go into the summary tab, which kind of gives you a huge overview of how your campaigns are doing from lifetime. Of course, you can filter down to the dates and everything. And also shows you the breakdown of impressions, clicks, conversions, all that good stuff that marketers want to see. It breaks it down by the channel, so you can see Facebook, LinkedIn, programmatic. And then you can actually dive a little bit deeper because you always want to get more information. So you can go directly into the LinkedIn. You can click the LinkedIn tab. And again, you have an overview, but then now you have like a little custom HTML widget right under it. This just shows you like the general trend of how your campaigns are doing. So it's like the month to date difference of this month versus last month. So you can see whether you're doing better or you're doing worse, what should you change. And this basically provides a quick overview. So if you need to do any modifications to your campaign, you can do it as soon as possible without having to lose any time.
That's great. Thank you very much. So what's next for metadata?
Yeah, I think I can answer that. We have some new and really exciting partnerships that we plan to expand next quarter and this year with companies like G2 Crowd, Bombora, Mintigo. Basically has to do with intent data. We want to make sure that we're catching the lead in the right time when they're actually making a decision or considering new tools. So that will be super helpful for us, not just go to the complete top of the funnel, but also mid and bottom of the funnel personas. We also want to expand our integrations. So Quora and Twitter are going to be probably our next channels that we're going to work on. We're currently only targeting on Facebook, LinkedIn, and display. We use a combination of LiveRamp and the Trade Desk. One of our main goals is to improve our attribution model, and we're actually going to use Knowi for that. We're going to show, we already have some of it, but we're going to show for each company that we're targeting from those target accounts, how many impression clicks and leads we were able to build for them, for our customers. So let's say you're going after Ford, we're going to show you exactly how many people from Ford have seen your ad and how many decided to opt in, how much budget you have put into it. So that will be pretty exciting. And yeah, we have some other CRM systems that we want to completely integrate with. Right now, the integration is with Salesforce. If you have any other CRM system, you need to upload a file to our platform. So that should probably be in the next quarters. And some other stuff that has to do with our secret sauce, our algorithm, that's improving all the time, something that Previ's working on. But yeah, that's our plan.
Thank you. Exciting times by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
So now it's time for some Q&A. We've had a few questions come in during the call, so I'm going to take a quick peek at what the audience wishes to know. Let's start with, it looks like you have data from Facebook and LinkedIn all on one report. How did you do that? How easy was that to do?
It was fairly easy actually. So we have nightly cron jobs. We can think of this as just like uh, scheduled scripts that are running every night. So we pull the data from Facebook and LinkedIn and we store it in our data servers. Since it's behind a VPN, we cannot directly hit that database, but then Knowi offers a great solution. They have their own Cloud9 agent. So you can actually install that within the servers inside the VPN, and that will push the data, the Facebook and LinkedIn data, to the Knowi servers. And once that's there, it's pretty much like channel agnostic. So once you have the data in there, and then you can just query off of that data, and you can have a column indicating whether the impression belongs to Facebook or LinkedIn. And when you bring it to the widget on the UI side, you can just split it up based on that column into the correct widget. So that's how we kind of do the breakdown.
Great, fantastic. Oh, this is a good one. Just how easy was it really to embed the solution into your product?
We didn't have much trouble at all. So there's a couple ways to share the dashboard. You could actually just do like a turn on link sharing. This is something you can just give this link to anyone you want, and then they can click on it. They will see the exact dashboard. So maybe, for example, I can give the link to the summary, and you can just go and look at it directly. But if you want to actually embed it, and I want to take into account the data privacy and all that stuff, there's something called a secure hash. This is where you would actually hash the account ID for whatever client wants to see into the URL itself. And it's hashed, so no one knows what account ID is, and you cannot try to reverse engineer that. And then this is what we actually show to our clients, and they only can see the data related to that for their account, and they won't be able to see data for any other account. And once you have that, you can just put it into an iframe within the platform itself, and it works seamlessly.
Okay, great, thank you. There's one more question, and it's actually good because it's on this screen right now, but how do you make use of Knowi's custom HTML widgets?
Sure, yeah. So Knowi actually has like a bunch of different options that's kind of standard. It's a pretty good variety, but sometimes you want to cater to the client's specific request. So they have something called custom HTML widget. So this is on the right side right here. It's basically, that widget is essentially just the HTML page. So you can, if anyone has, HTML experience, they can just make a bunch of divs and boxes, and do all the CSS styling necessary within the widget itself. So you can kind of like treat it as like a little sandbox that is like HTML page. And then the queries work the exact same way. The widget will query the most recent cache, and then you can reference those fields from the HTML. And they have Knowi has its own way of referencing, which is in the documentation. But yeah, so it's pretty easy to do that as well. And their use of CSS and JavaScript actually helps us customize it as much as possible.
Okay, great, fantastic. Thank you so much. So we don't actually have any more questions. So with that, I'd like to thank our speakers, Moran and Privy from Metadata, and also all of you for your time today. The session was recorded and will be sent to you via email along with the slides presented. Thank you and have a great day.